as per the recent chapter of Bluelock, we have now met our fourth New Gen 11 in the Bluelock story. So today, I wanted to make a video discussing what I think the backstory between this New Gen 11 and Itoshi is. So if you guys like this type of content, please remember to hit that like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get right into this video. So Iglesias is the New Gen we met in the last chapter of Bluelock. He's surprisingly already playing on the senior team for FC Barcelona at the age of 19. So a lot of people used to slack me for saying that I think the Spain New Gen would not be a midfielder and he'd be a forward, like a right wing or a striker. And it turns out I was right. Surprisingly, I didn't see any comments in the comments telling me I was right. Everyone was just going on with the chapter. It's okay, guys. It's okay. I'm always right about my prediction. I gotta be careful because some people are gonna take that literally. But anyways, to get on with the video, we know that Itoshi has a huge beef with Iglesias for some reason. For some unknown reason that we haven't seen. The last page of the chapter, Saeitoshi was literally, like, legitimately hate watching Iglesias' game, and he was fuming. I've never seen Sai this mad in a panel ever. Like, usually he's literally just chilling, no sweat, nothing. But in this panel, he showed a lot more emotion than he usually does. So the theory started flooded in. I went back to the drawing board, and I really seen, I was like, okay, what could be the connection between these two characters? And I came down to the fact that I think that Iglesias is the character that ended up making Sai give up on his dreams of becoming the best striker in the world. Now, hear me out. When I go through this theory, I want you guys to remember, it's just a theory. But anyways, without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so as we know, a while back, Sai ended up going to Spain. In fact, he ended up going to Real Madrid's academy. Now, if it's not really clear, or I don't really remember how long ago Sai did end up going to Real Madrid's academy. I don't know how many years it was, but since Bunny is 19 now, he was definitely playing on the under 20s team before this point. So I really do think that since Sai went to Real Madrid's under 20 team and Iglesias was probably on Barcelona's under 20 team, this was the biggest rivalry of these two teams, and Saeitoshi and Iglesias ended up coming face to face with each other. The two big name strikers, the two guys playing on rival teams, the two up and coming gems for both teams. Who's going to come out on top? This game had huge pressure. Sai was probably ready. He was determined. He's like, okay, I'm going to announce my name to the world in this day. And he goes out there, and I think he goes and plays against Iglesias. Now, as we know, Bunny is a character that doesn't really, as it comes off right now, he doesn't really care much about football. In fact, it looks like the sport itself is just boring to him. He just plays it out of obligation because he's so good. There's a profit in it. I just don't think that Bunny actually cares about football as a sport. Maybe there was a time he did, but maybe there's a time he didn't. Now, the main thing when my theory comes in is I think that in this game, something horrifically bad happens to Sai. I think that Bunny absolutely, demolishes Saeitoshi. And what I mean by demolish is just shows him the level difference between himself and himself. If Bunny would just go out there, right, play against Sai, maybe score 6 goals on Real Madrid, right, 6 goals, with all that pressure of losing to your rival, losing to the person you're supposed to be beating, and seeing this guy just not even caring, not even trying, just absolutely destroying you, and your confidence would definitely take a huge hit after that. I feel like this is how Iglesias quite literally showed Saeitoshi the reality of the world, that this world isn't all sunshine and rainbows, and that there's people out there who quite literally don't even care as much about the sport of football as he does. They don't train as much, they don't care as much, but he's just that much better. There's nothing Saeitoshi could do about it. And I feel like this is going to be an ultimate, test of Saeitoshi's mental, because I think Bunny just keeping on scoring all these goals, maybe even taking into account to try and just stop Saeitoshi. Saeitoshi probably doing all of his best shit on the field, okay, these tricks, these skills, all this stuff, right? And Bunny is just easily stopping it, showing completely little broing Sai. This might be the worst humiliation in Bluelock history when we actually see what happened in this match. Now, after this humiliating thrashing by Iglesias, I think Sai would actually come to the realization that he was just a big fish in a small pond of Japan. Now, this is where it all stems from, the first appearance he has. He says he's not going to play for the Japanese national team. He doesn't care about winning the World Cup with Japan. It's kind of like he develops like a frustration or anger towards the Japan football system, because he was going to Spain moving like, yo, like, I'm the best in Japan, so I should, like, he had some confidence behind him, like, yo, I'm the best in Japan, I'm one of the best prospects, I should be able to go to Spain and adapt and be able to win. But I feel like once he goes to Spain, he realizes how much talent there really is out there in the world, which is why as soon as we see him come back, he tells Rin the first thing. He says, Rin, the world's a big place. There's people out there that are better than me and almost as young as you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Saeitoshi in this very moment really takes in the fact that as long as there's people like him on the field, there's nothing he can do about it. There's nothing he can do about it. He'll always be second or third best to people like this who aren't even trying or don't even like the sport, but are unfairly better because of their natural talent for the sport. I think this is all just another reason why Itoshi Sai keeps saying that he was born in the wrong country. Perhaps if Itoshi Sai was born in the same environment as Iglesias, he might have been maybe around his level. I wouldn't say he'd be better, but maybe he could have been around his level. But I think Sai believes that since he was born in such a small pond, being a big fish kind of fed him up. He was trashing on shitters, like he was trashing on shit boxes. But when he came to the big stage, he's seen how good these people really are, and he just wasn't on their level. So he gave up on his dream of becoming the best striker and instead chose to be the best midfielder, probably because there's less competition in that area. Now, as for Bunny, I don't actually think that Bunny might have been provoking Sai or doing anything to taunt Sai, because from the interaction we've seen with Isagi, Bunny kind of seems like a chill guy. He doesn't seem like a guy who would go out of his way to absolutely punk someone. I feel like Bunny may have gotten a little frustrated that Sai was still trying to defeat him, even though he was so much better than him, and maybe just that forced him to push and break Sai even more, just completely tearing him apart. 7-8 goals, and Real Madrid's losing 8-0. Like, you guys ever watched that series, Kuroko no Basket, where there was Kuroko's friend and they played the Generation of Miracles in the finals, and we see that the Generation of Miracles absolutely crushed that guy and he quit the sport after that. I think this is going to be like a similar thing where, like, it's a U20 game, big match. Sai's excited. He's an up-and-coming prospect. Bunny Iglesias is also an upcoming prospect. Sai wants to compete against him to become the best striker in the world and realizes just the pure gap and difference between their abilities. And I feel like this is where it stems from Bunny, his whole complex of he's so good that he always feels detached from everyone. You know what I'm saying? It's like a loneliness that sparks from him. Even Isagi pointed it out, that whenever you speak, it sounds like you're lonely or sad. But I think that's a core theme in Bunny's character, whereas I just don't think that Bunny's an evil guy. It's just he's so goddamn good that it's even hard to, like, come close to him, comprehend what he's thinking, because he's so much better than everybody around him and all of his peers. But yeah, man, after this, I think that Sai had a plan that, okay, my younger brother's even younger than me. I need to lab him up. I've seen the world. He hasn't. I need to absolutely lab up Rin. I need to show him that, bro, there are some big bad dudes out there. Otherwise, he's never going to get to this level. I need to try and get Rin to this level, motivate him to get to this level, and he could become the best striker in the world, and I can become the best midfielder behind him. Maybe that is Sai's new, like, goal. But I do feel like during this arc especially, I feel like Sai will begin to dream again that he can become the best striker with his bro. I feel like once they play Bunny, and maybe if they even defeat Spain, Sai will go through an entire character arc, realizing about this talent, realizing about all this stuff, realizing about all the things he messed up in, and completely destroy himself and then rebuild his ego and finally gain it back, with him and Rin becoming an amazing tag team duo. I can really see that happening. But yeah, man, if you guys like this video, please remember to hit that like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments about Bunny Iglesias, and what do you guys think about Sai Itoshi's relationship, and just this theory overall. But yeah, man, I hope you guys all have a great day. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe. We're almost at 8,000 subscribers. Let's get to 8K. But yeah, man, I hope you guys all have a great day. Bye-bye.